Hi, I'm Kevin Conan Venkins. We're going to work today as a tie kick and different variations of it. Okay, we're going to work on the tie kick and cutting kicks. Okay, so let's get started here. The first thing that's really important is the footwork of it and the standing, the way you're standing. Okay, for instance, it doesn't really matter as much what style, if you do Taekwondo, Kempo, Shotokan, Kung Fu, whatever, you can still throw a tie kick. It's just variations of how you're going to do it. The main thing is this, footwork. So let's go over that. If I get a little bit on the feet here, please. So right there, footwork. So what I'll do first off is a lot of systems and styles, and whatever style you work, great. If it works for you, keep doing it. So from right here, a lot of martial artists tend to kick with their base foot never moving. What I mean is, like, what they do is they'll kick, for instance, with a roundhouse, and that front foot never parries, it never pivots over. Okay? So I'd like to give you a test real quick. If you'll get in whatever fighting stance you fight in, okay? If your foot's turned in or whatever, that's fine, okay? But from right here, without moving that front foot, I want you to turn her over as far as you possibly can, okay? Walk around as far as you can and come back. Good. Now what I'd like for you to do is turn that front foot, now go around as far as you possibly can and come back. That's your hip movement. That foot line opens your kicking angles and your kicking path, okay? If that foot's not turned enough, your hips are actually coming together when you kick here. So you lose your power. By the time you hit your target, your power's gone. When you open that line, it totally opens that range of kicking. Right here, your range of kicking is already stopping about right there. Boom. When you open that line, it stops way over here. Okay? So let's go into our kick. Right here. Okay? First of all, I want to lean in. I want to turn that foot like I'm putting a cigarette out. Okay? Can we see that on the video? Good. So right here, I want to make sure that I'm pivoting like I'm putting out a cigarette, basically. Right there. Boom. Okay? A lot of times systems too, they'll do what we call cock and release. They'll cock their leg and release it and then come back. Okay? And if that's the way you do it and you like it and it works for you, keep it. No picking on anybody here. But from right here, I'm going to bring it right off the ground to the target. Okay? With just a little break in the leg. Okay? So I'm not going to cock it up, put it out, and then bring it home. And I'm not going to hit with the ball or with the top of the foot. I'm going to hit with the shin bone. Okay? Shin bones break things. Okay? So right here, there's that cigarette put out. Okay? I'm going to pivot my hips into that. Boom. And back. Turning over my hip. Okay? A good way to learn hip turnover is if your balance is off, you can hold on to something. Pivot your foot. Turn over. And turn your hip over. Bring it back. Okay? Turn. Bam. Bring that back. Okay? One more time. I'm going to put my cigarette out. 1. To the leg and home. Turning over that hip. Notice that hip's turned over. Shh. And back home. Okay? I can do that all the way up to the top of the head. Okay? To the ribs. Push. Okay? To the top of the head. Push. Okay? Whatever I want to. Now we'll go over cutting kicks. Cutting kicks are designed to come straight off the floor without turning the foot. Okay? What I mean by that is it's not coming in like this. It's coming straight off the floor and up. Boom, hit this target, go back home. If you get somebody right around this knee area, right above the knee area, it will literally tear those tendons from the leg because it's designed to pull all that muscle straight up, okay? So right here, I'm going to go straight up and back. So I'm not trying to turn my hips over on this. It's not like I'm trying to do this. I'm just going straight up and back home. I can go straight to the ribs too. Straight to the ribs and back home. Okay? Real important. Okay? So that's 2 variations right there of the hip roll. And back home. Okay? And the cut and kick. And back home. Okay? One more thing on that. is what do we do with our hands? Most people that practice martial arts, whether it be Thai, Shotokan, whatever kind of karate you do, Kung Fu, Wing Chun, whatever, when they throw a roundhouse kick, the normal thing, a lot of people don't notice where the hands are going, okay? A lot of people look like a scarecrow whenever they throw their kick, okay? What I mean by that, a lot of people go for a roundhouse kick and they look like this, okay? We want to get out of that. Where do our hands go, okay? Number one, if you act like you have a cape on, this elbow is going to come across the opposite leg, okay, that I'm standing on. That hand's going to come across my face to protect my nose and my mouth, okay? Boom, like this. If I throw a Thai kick and he throws a face kick and I look like this, he's probably going to win the war, okay? But if I'm covered, he catches nothing but elbow in there, okay? This opposite hand right here is going to come down behind me, okay? Why? Because it brings me back home, okay? It also protects what's over here, okay? That shoulder comes up, brings me back home. I pull myself back in with this hand, brings me back to where I need to be. Kevin Conan Bankins.